Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a song that makes you want to dance and pray at the same time. A song that lifts your spirit, even when life feels heavy. For millions of people around the world, that song came from one name, Makoma, a family, a gospel group, and a sound that changed African music forever. This is the story of Makoma, the gospel legends from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Makoma didn't begin with fame. They began with faith. Growing up in a simple Christian home, music wasn't just entertainment. It was a form of worship, a direct conversation with God. The Makoma family believed that every single note could carry a powerful message. A message of hope. A message of unwavering trust in God. When they sang together as a family, it wasn't about hitting every note perfectly. It was about purpose. It was about connection. And that powerful purpose would soon take them on a journey far beyond their home, far beyond their wildest dreams. That journey led the family from the Democratic Republic of Congo all the way to Europe. A new land, a new culture, and a whole new set of challenges. But amidst all the change, one thing remained constant: their faith and their music. In this foreign place, their African roots didn't fade away. They became their greatest strength. They carried the vibrant rhythms of their home into every song they created, and slowly but surely, in a world that didn't know their sound, people began to listen. They started to pay attention. What was it that made them listen? Well, Makoma didn't sound like anything else at the time. Their music was alive. It was a fusion. You had the powerful, ancestral beat of African drums, the smooth, angelic harmonies that only a family could create. You had modern beats that made you want to move. But most of all, you could feel their emotion. You could feel their uncontainable joy. You could feel their deep gratitude. You could feel their unshakable belief. Makoma proved something profound to the world: that gospel music doesn't have to be slow. It doesn't have to be boring. It can move your body just as powerfully as it moves your soul. Then came the songs. The anthems. Songs that traveled from one church to another. From one radio station to the next. From heart to heart across continents. Songs like Napesi Motoeo and Natomboli. These weren't just tracks on an album. They became the soundtrack to people's lives. People sang them in moments of pure joy. People cried with them in times of deep pain. Makoma's music became a trusted companion in prayer, a source of strength in struggle, and a voice of praise in celebration. At this point, they were no longer just singing songs. They were ministering to a generation, at a time when African gospel music was rarely seen on global stages. Makoma stepped forward with courage. They performed with a confidence that was magnetic. They recorded their music with a standard of excellence that was undeniable. They dressed professionally, presenting themselves as the world-class artists they were. They sounded international, yet authentically African, and the world couldn't help but notice. Makoma showed everyone that African gospel music belongs everywhere, not just in our churches on Sunday morning, but on the biggest stages, on international platforms, and in the global conversation about faith and music. They opened doors that an entire generation of artists now proudly walks through. But despite their growing success and global recognition, Makoma never lost their center: God. Their songs were never designed to impress music critics or chase charts. They were designed to testify, to share a real, lived experience of faith. They sang about what it truly means to trust God when the future is completely unclear. They sang about how to praise God even when life is painful and you don't have the answers. They often sang in Lingala, their heart language, because faith feels strongest and most authentic when it's spoken from the heart, and listeners, no matter where they were from, could feel that honesty. It was real. But every journey has its seasons, and every story has its chapters. As time passed, life began to pull the members of the family in different directions. New personal callings emerged, family responsibilities grew, new chapters were waiting to be written for each of them individually. Slowly, Makoma as a group became quieter. The bright stage lights began to dim, the stream of new albums stopped, and for many fans around The world, a question hung in the air. Is this the end of Makoma? But here is the beautiful truth. Makoma never disappeared. Because a true impact doesn't need a spotlight to survive. Their music remained, their powerful message remained, their undeniable influence remained. Today, so many African gospel artists stand where they stand because Makoma went first. They blazed the trail. Their songs are still played on the radio. They're still streamed by millions online. They are still just as powerful today as they were years ago. Makoma's music has become timeless. So why does a group like Makoma still matter so much today? In a world that's constantly chasing the next trend, the next viral sound, Makoma reminds us of something much deeper. That music with meaning lasts longer than music made for a moment. That faith expressed with excellence can touch the entire world. And that African voices, singing about God with passion and skill, deserve global respect and a global stage. Makoma didn't follow the industry. They followed their purpose. And that's a lesson for all of us. Makoma's story is not just history. It's a reminder. A powerful reminder that when faith leads the way, music can become eternal. From a home in the Democratic Republic of Congo to the hearts of millions across the globe, Makoma sang. The world listened, and their legacy still sings today. If this story touched you, please like this video and subscribe for more stories of African music legends. And tell us in the comments, which Makoma song lives in your heart. Thanks for watching.